God says, a shadow has been moving in silence, learning your patterns. It knows when you're weakest, when your guard slips in the night. And now, it's closer than ever. You've been feeling it, an unease behind your smile, a chill under your skin. It's not your imagination. Something ancient has been awakened. Every time you dismiss the sign, the signal gets louder. Static in your ears, flickers in the corner of your eyes, time skipping like a scratched record. These are not coincidences, they are alarms. There's a presence watching, just outside your reach. You hear whispers in moments of stillness, but they vanish when you turn. It is waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Type 333 for immediate protection. A door is about to open, but not every door leads to light. Some release what was locked away for a reason. And this one carries a cost your soul cannot afford. Someone close to you is hiding their truth. Their silence isn't innocence, it's survival. If you knew what they knew, you'd run. Your dreams have been trying to warn you. The staircase that never ends, the mouth that can't speak, the fire that doesn't burn, all symbols. They are pieces of a puzzle the divine is begging you to solve. God says, this is your final moment of mercy before the shift begins. The line between protection and destruction is whisper thin. And you are standing right on it. Speak life to unlock truth. They won't tell you, but the trap is already set. It looks like opportunity, it sounds like love, but it's a mirage built to enslave your spirit. They wrapped it in gold so you'd never suspect the rust underneath. You've been manipulated by a force that doesn't want you to wake up. Every delay, every detour, it was designed. There's a blueprint behind your confusion. The clock is ticking backward. Every second is folding in on itself. That sickness you feel? It's not physical. It's spiritual interference. You've cried tears that never fell. Screamed in silence. You felt the weight of something you couldn't name pressing on your chest at 3 a.m. If you feel this, comment awaken. They used your kindness as currency. Traded your innocence like it was worthless. But heaven saw every exchange, nothing has gone unnoticed. The truth is hidden beneath your pain. That heartbreak wasn't punishment, it was a revelation. You needed to lose what was draining your destiny. Someone from your past is about to return, not as a friend, but as a thief. Don't be fooled by their changed tone. They are a vessel for disruption. God says, you are one decision away from either breakthrough or breakdown. This is divine chess, and the enemy thinks you're out of moves. But heaven is about to flip the board. Type 777 if you're ready to break the cycle. You've been marked since birth. A light too strong to be ignored. That's why the attacks have been relentless. They came for your voice first, tried to silence your authority. Then your mind, clouded it with doubt, fear, and false guilt. But your clarity is returning. You are standing in a spiritual battlefield disguised as routine. Nothing in your life right now is what it seems. Illusions are thick, but truth is bleeding through. Every closed door was divine protection. Every delay was a reroute to keep you from destruction. But now the real test is here. Speak, protect me now to activate divine defense. There's a hidden alliance working against you, smiling in your face while offering your name to the darkness. But light always exposes what's done in secret. A contract was spoken over your life, words of limitation disguised as concern. Someone cursed your calling while pretending to bless it. But those words are about to boomerang. You felt watched because you have been monitored, tracked. Even in your sleep, they tried to infiltrate. They used mirrors, numbers, and names to pull your attention off purpose. They didn't need you destroyed, just distracted long enough to miss your window. Type 111 to reclaim your authority. This isn't superstition, it's spiritual strategy. Your sensitivity isn't weakness, it's warning. You're picking up on a shift most are too blind to feel. You weren't meant to fit in. That discomfort? It's alignment pushing you toward truth. Your exile was actually your elevation. You've been betrayed by people who called you family. And yet, your heart stayed open. That's what makes you dangerous to darkness, you refuse to become like them. The storm isn't coming. It's already here, masked in moments of calm. But you were built to walk on water. Say, I am chosen to ignite your inner fire. You were almost convinced you were crazy. They gaslit your intuition, dismissed your dreams. But your discernment was divine. The ones who left weren't meant to stay. Their absence created space for your real tribe. Heaven is sending reinforcements. Something you lost is about to return, but in a form more powerful than before. The ashes are rearranging. What died is being rewritten. God says, you're not running out of time, you're stepping into divine timing. Delay is breaking. Acceleration is here. Comment fire fall to receive confirmation. This moment is holy. The trembling in your soul isn't fear, it's awakening. The veil is lifting. The battle you're facing isn't about now, it's about what's coming. There's a movement inside you meant to change nations. That's why the enemy's terrified. You are being called to higher ground. The places you once fit now reject you. That's because you've outgrown the old version of you. Listen closely, the signs are everywhere. A name keeps repeating. A place calls you in your dreams. These are not accidents. Type align me to sync with divine purpose. Someone you never suspected is about to reveal their mask. The truth will sting, but it will free you. Don't cling to comfort when it's time to let go. You've been waking up at strange hours for a reason. Heaven has been trying to download a message. But distraction keeps stealing the signal. There's a secret that's been buried for generations. It's been passed down in silence. But you were born to break it. The voice of God is subtle, an ache, a whisper, a shift in the wind. You've heard it. You just didn't know what to call it. Comment I received to confirm your readiness. What was hidden will be shouted. What was blocked will be released. But you must stay alert. The final test will look like a blessing. It will mirror your desire, echo your prayers. But it will come with a price. Don't rush. Don't doubt. The trap is subtle, but your spirit knows better. The moment is closer than you think. The shaking you feel isn't just emotional, it's cosmic alignment. Heaven is moving on your behalf. Say, I stand in light to declare your position. And now, here is the truth few are willing to speak. You were targeted because of what you carry. Generational curses knew your name before you could speak. They trembled at the thought of your awakening. This was never about survival. It was about your awakening. The enemy tried to make you afraid of your own reflection. But look again. You are the storm they feared. The prayer someone prayed decades ago. The living proof that light cannot be silenced. From this moment forward, things will never be the same. You've crossed a threshold. And now, you are untouchable in the spirit. You walk with fire. You move with heaven. This is your final blessing. May every weapon formed against you dissolve. May every hidden truth rise. May every step you take from here on carry divine fire. God says, there's something moving in your atmosphere that you can't see, but you've already felt it. It entered quietly, disguised as a delay, a mood, a forgotten memory. Now it's tightening its grip. You were meant to read this right now. The timing isn't random, it's rescue. A voice has been calling your name while the world tried to drown it out. Someone has been speaking curses behind closed doors. They smile in public, but in private, they offer your name to shadows. That darkness is now circling. You felt the flicker, the sense that something is just off. Like you're walking through smoke that no one else can see. Your spirit knows what your mind is still trying to deny. Type 444 if your spirit is waking up. The dreams you've been having aren't dreams. They're warnings encoded in images, delivered between breaths. Heaven has been trying to get your attention. You keep shaking off the signs, calling them coincidence. But coincidences don't stalk your soul this long. That feeling in your chest. It's not fear. It's divine urgency. Your name has been whispered in rooms you've never entered. You've been on the radar of forces you never agreed to encounter. Someone opened a door without your permission. A storm is coming, but it won't look like thunder. It'll arrive dressed in routine, cloaked in comfort, masked by the familiar. But once it arrives, nothing will stay the same. Speak, I hear you, to claim divine clarity. There is a spirit of deception circling you. It's not just in people, it's in the options, the opportunities, the timing. One wrong yes could cost you everything. God says, you've been warned in whispers, but now the voice grows louder. Time is no longer on your side. Delay could be deadly. You're in a moment where the veil is thin. Things are leaking through, messages, impressions, signs. That ringing in your ears? It's not just noise. It's divine interference. You're about to walk into a choice. But it's wrapped in layers meant to confuse you. This isn't about decision, it's about discernment. Comment unveil to break the illusion. They've been studying your triggers. Learning what breaks you, what distracts you, what pulls your focus from the path. That knowledge is being weaponized. There is a presence around you that doesn't want you to notice it. It hides in convenience, in scrolling, in "I'll pray later." But while you wait, it works. The door you're about to open leads somewhere you've never been, but not all destinations are divine. Some roads look bright but are built on bones. Watch the ground. Someone is speaking your language but carrying another spirit. Not everyone who calls themselves safe is sent by the light. Be vigilant. Type 333 for immediate protection. You've outgrown the places that once held you. That discomfort isn't punishment, it's preparation. You're not being left behind, you're being pulled ahead. They tried to bury the truth under noise, drama, distractions. But the silence is beginning to scream. What's been hidden is unraveling. You've been chosen for a task that terrifies the enemy. That's why they've sent confusion, weariness, and false comfort. But the resistance proves your assignment. God says, you are not crazy, you are awakening. The feeling that something is coming? It's real. And it's closer than you think. Speak, rise now to claim your divine assignment. There's someone watching your story unfold. They see your breakthrough approaching, and they're trying to interfere. Don't answer the call that feels off. Spirits ride on voices. This is a war for your focus. Because where your focus goes, your future grows. Your clarity is the threat. A betrayal is forming. Not in anger, but in convenience. They will choose what's easy over what's right. The old version of you was vulnerable. This version? Covered. But even so, the enemy still tries to knock at familiar doors. Say, I am covered, to activate your shield. There's a delay happening that feels unfair, but it's divine. If you had stepped through too soon, it would have devoured you. Heaven is buying you time. A name keeps echoing in your spirit. That name carries either your breakthrough or your breaking. You'll know by how your body reacts when you hear it. They tried to replicate your energy. Imitate your light. But what is divine cannot be duplicated. You've been in a fog lately. That's not depression, it's distraction. An attempt to blur the lines between truth and temptation. Comment clarity to cut through the haze. There's a secret someone is holding that will soon surface. When it does, your entire perspective will shift. Don't react, respond with wisdom. A clock is ticking in reverse. You feel the urgency, the squeeze, the pull. That's because the timelines are folding. You're walking through a space where the physical and spiritual are clashing. That pain in your chest isn't just stress, it's spiritual interference. Cleanse the air around you. God says, the next 72 hours are critical. What you decide now will echo for years. Do not move without peace. Type align me now to reset your direction. The breakthrough you've prayed for is at the threshold. But so is the counterfeit. They often arrive together to confuse the desperate. Don't be surprised if people begin to turn without warning. They are being pulled by what owns them. This exposure is part of your protection. You are being shifted into position. Even when it feels like a breakdown, it's really a build-up. Chaos is often the camouflage of elevation. There is a plan unfolding that was written long before you were betrayed. Long before the heartbreak, the silence, the wandering. You're walking back into alignment. Speak, I am returning to seal your restoration. They will try to convince you to be realistic. But what's real in this realm isn't always true in the next. You're living between dimensions now. Your body knows before your brain does. Pay attention to the shiver, the goosebumps, the tightness. That's your spirit saying yes, or no. Not everyone who says, God told me, is telling the truth. Some use his name to manipulate. Test the fruit, not the voice. The silence has been deafening. But sometimes, God goes quiet because he's watching what you do with what he's already said. Type tested and ready if this resonates with your spirit. You're about to see what was working against you crumble. Systems, people, cycles, they will all fall. But you must stay grounded. This is the season of exposure. Masks will melt. Hidden intentions will rise to the surface. You've been groomed for this moment in fire. That heat you've been walking through wasn't meant to destroy, it was meant to refine. Now, the gold will emerge. Someone tried to curse your future by stealing your name in the spirit. But what's been signed in heaven can't be stolen on earth. Say, I am marked to cancel the curse. You've been feeling the pull to withdraw. That's not isolation, it's insulation. Heaven is tucking you away before the shift. Don't ignore the urge to clean, to delete, to purge. That's your spirit preparing the space for what's next. You cannot carry the new in hands filled with the old. Your discernment is about to be supernaturally increased. What you couldn't see before will now glow like fire in the night. Clarity is your new weapon. The time for pretending is over. The masks are too heavy, the lies too loud. It's time to walk in truth, even when it burns. Comment, I choose truth to step into your assignment. God says, you have cried enough tears over what was never meant to stay. The release is here. Now comes the rise. You will be tempted to return to familiar places, but those rooms no longer recognize your frequency. Stay out of expired spaces. There's a shaking about to hit, not to punish, but to reveal. What remains after the dust settles is what was meant to stay. Everything else was weight. Someone is plotting to disrupt your peace. But your peace isn't passive, it's armor. And that armor is being reinforced. Speak, I am untouchable to lock your atmosphere. The greatest illusion was that you were alone. But even in the silence, angels stood shoulder to shoulder around you. You were never abandoned. You're entering a new frequency. Things you once tolerated will now irritate your soul. That's growth disguised as discomfort. The shift won't look how you expect. It will come through a person, a place, or a problem. But hidden in it will be the next door. Everything that tried to bury you just planted you. And now, you rise with roots. Say, I rise now to finalize the shift. And now, here is the secret, your bloodline has been waiting for someone like you to break what they couldn't. You are the interruption to cycles, the breaker of chains, the one who chose light. This isn't just about your healing, it's about legacy. The future has been counting on your courage. And you didn't fold. Heaven is standing. The scroll is open. And your name is written in flame. This is your final blessing. May every unseen war be won. May every false door slam shut. May the fire within you lead you into the promise no enemy can block. God says, the moment you've been waiting for is on the edge of breaking through. You felt it in your bones, the stirring, the pull, a divine energy building beneath the surface. But time is running out. You are standing at the threshold of a decision, but it's not just any choice, it's a turning point. Everything you've been through has led you to this precise moment. The weight of destiny is heavy, and it's about to drop. There's something hidden in plain sight, just beyond your reach. You've been brushing past it without seeing it fully. But now, the time for blindness is over. You felt the whispers, like cold air on the back of your neck, the shift in the atmosphere. Something's coming, and it's not just a storm, it's a divine collision of time and fate. It's meant for you, and you can't escape it. Type 888 to claim your divine breakthrough. There's a door that's been locked for too long. It was sealed for protection, but now, heaven is unlocking it. The keys were always in your hands, but you couldn't see them, until now. The noise you've been hearing, the distraction in your life, is part of the plan. They're trying to drown out the sound of your calling, to make you forget what's been planted deep within. But your spirit knows the truth, it's waking up. God says, you are not where you think you are. The terrain is shifting, the map has changed, and now your every step matters. You must move with urgency, because what's coming next is not just your blessing, it's your destiny. The signs have been all around you, but you've been too distracted to see. Your soul has been trying to point them out, but your mind kept racing. That silence in your spirit isn't peace, it's the stillness before the revelation. Speak breakthrough now to open the door. There is someone watching you, closer than you think. They've been tracking your every move, waiting for you to slip. But they don't know what you're about to do. They've underestimated you, thinking you wouldn't make it this far. They've believed the lies they told themselves about your limitations. But now, your true power is rising. Something big is coming, and it's going to shake the very ground beneath you. But do not fear the shaking, it's the sound of your chains breaking. The walls that once confined you are coming down. You've been tested. Every situation, every person, every moment of doubt, it was all a test. And you've passed, whether you realize it or not. Comment, I am ready to step into your divine appointment. There's a spiritual shift happening that's bigger than you can understand. The earth is groaning, the heavens are stirring. It's all lining up to bring you to this exact moment. The enemy has been working overtime to keep you distracted, to keep you blind. But they didn't know how strong you've become. You're stronger than any of them ever imagined. What you've gone through has been your preparation. The heartache, the betrayal, the losses, they were all refining you. You are about to walk into something that will make everything you've been through worth it. God says, you've been walking through fire to prepare you for your crown. The road wasn't meant to break you, it was meant to make you unbreakable. Now, the fire is cooling, and you'll wear the scars like a badge of honor. There's a shift happening right under your nose, but you can't see it yet. You're about to step into something that will change your entire life. Your vision is about to expand. What you once thought was impossible will now be your reality. Type 777 to receive your divine clarity. The darkness has been lurking around you, watching, waiting. But it doesn't realize that its time is running out. The light inside of you is about to burst forth, and it will chase away every shadow that's been lingering. Someone has been trying to manipulate your path, to control your direction. They've whispered lies, sold false promises, and tried to convince you of your limitations. But that manipulation is about to backfire. The moment of truth is upon you. You will soon see who's been on your side and who's been pretending. The mask is coming off. Everything is coming full circle, and the truth is rising to the surface. The plans they made to keep you in the dark are being exposed. The light is flooding in, and there's nowhere for the lies to hide. Speak, I walk in truth to shatter the illusion. The door is opening, but it will take faith to step through. You've been standing on the edge for too long, too afraid to leap. But now, the time is here, and you are stronger than you know. God says, you are about to walk into favor that you didn't earn but was always meant for you. It's not a reward, it's divine timing. You've been waiting, and now, it's your turn. The opportunities are going to flood in. But the question is, will you be ready to walk through them? Time won't wait, and you can't afford to hesitate. You've been weighed, and you've been found worthy. The process was painful, but it was necessary. Everything that seemed like a setback was merely a setup for the grand reveal. Type 333 to claim your divine protection. What's about to happen isn't a coincidence, it's a divine orchestration. Every piece has been moving into place, and now, it's time for the curtain to rise. The stage is set, and your moment has arrived. The people who doubted you will soon see what was hidden inside you. The battles you fought alone will now be the story of your victory. The scars you carry will be a testimony to the strength you've gained. This is the hour of your manifestation. Everything you've been waiting for, praying for, has been lined up just for you. But you must act now, there's no more time to waste. God says, what's coming will be bigger than you can imagine. It will challenge everything you thought you knew, but it will also elevate you beyond your wildest dreams. You are walking into your season of manifestation. You can feel it in your spirit, the shifting, the rising, the quickening. Your moment is closer than it's ever been, and you're about to step into the fullness of what you've been waiting for. Speak, I am moving forward to activate your breakthrough. The false promises are falling away. The distractions are being cleared. And now, what's left is the raw truth of who you are and what you're capable of. You've been prepared. The training, the trials, the heartache, it was all for this moment. You will not be shaken by what comes next, you will rise above it. You will soon find yourself in places you never thought you'd go, meeting people you never imagined, and experiencing blessings you couldn't even dream. But you must walk boldly, knowing that this is your moment. The clock is ticking down, but this is not the end. This is the beginning of something huge. You've been positioned for greatness, and now it's time to step into it. Type unstoppable if you're ready to claim what's yours. And now, the final truth: you are about to step into the fullness of everything you've been working toward. Every hardship, every trial, every tear, was a seed planted for this harvest. The doors are opening, the light is flooding in, and nothing will stop you. This is your time. The moment you've been waiting for. The breakthrough, the elevation, the manifestation, it's all unfolding right before your eyes. This is your final blessing. May every door you walk through be lined with favor. May every step you take be a step toward your divine purpose. May you rise higher than you ever thought possible.